A lot of feedback this time, too.
I have one from Matt, I think.
Yeah. There's lots in the group, though.
Alright. Close that.
I'm just letting Matt know what we're doing.
Okay, I got
No, we haven't even started, Cooper.
that.
Oh my
Alrighty,
god.
I'm gonna start the
I'm just
music.
gonna mute myself
Okay.
till I can sort out the old and the young.
I'm gonna start the music now. The Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox! Let's get over to the Chatterbox!
The Chatterbox.
The Chatterbox.
Ooh, Chatterbox.
Hello.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hi. Hello?
I heard the echo for a second.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully everything's working on the broadcast end of it. I don't know.
That was my fault.
What? Oh, you. So I guess it's working then
Yes.
on the YouTube.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all I needed to know. That's what I wanted to know. It's hard
There's
for me
one
to
person
check.
watching.
I can confirm.
Is that one person? The one person's Michaela.
There's me and Matt.
That's there. Trusty as always.
Yay,
Loyal.
Oh
Matt.
man. So we're back a month later.
Yay.
Yep.
Not much has happened in the meantime.
No, not really.
No, not really. No.
Well, we've had what have we had? We had Daredevil, which Rob and I have finished. We have Game of Thrones stuff. I don't know. Did you see Age of Ultron?
Oh, Age of Ultron. That's probably the biggest thing.
Yeah, I haven't. Well, obviously I haven't seen it. But
We didn't, yeah.
what else? Oh, Tomorrowland's not till this weekend, which I'm kind of excited for.
See, I think it looks pretty awful.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like up in the air. Like,
I hope it. I mean, I'll wait and see the reviews, how the reviews are, but
the
just,
reviews have been pretty decent so far.
it just doesn't look like what I want. I guess I had this vision of what I wanted a Tomorrowland movie to be, and that's not what I imagined.
Yeah, so. It's not what I pictured it being from the the teasers in the very, very, very beginning when they first started teasing it.
Yeah,
It's definitely not what I thought it was going to be from there.
no,
but,
for sure.
It's got to be better than Escape from Tomorrow. So there's always that.
That's almost a guarantee.
I don't know if there's any way around that.
Yeah.
I'm here. Sorry.
Oh, you're here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Well, in the meantime, Michaela and I have both appeared on the Defenders TV podcast with Robin and Claire and Matt and Mel, the Daredevil podcast they're doing.
Nice.
Yeah, it was lots of fun, actually. Chris was on. Robin was not. I think Robin's avoiding me.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Robin
no.
was
Talk
not
about
there
this,
the
Robin.
week you were there, yeah.
I missed you, Robin.
He was there the week I trashed Foggy.
No, I haven't heard that episode yet. I just downloaded them today, actually.
I don't think it came out yet. Maybe it comes out tomorrow.
Oh, I thought there was one after me.
I was on 6, so if you were on 5, I was on the one right after that. Oh,
okay.
They've done some interviews with some of the
that's
people
what it
from
is.
the
Okay.
show.
I haven't listened to it all yet.
I haven't listened to the interview ones yet, but I mean, I've listened to the other shows. It's fun. I mean, I watched it a while ago, so it's fun kind of going back. It's such a good show.
Well, and Robin's doing an awesome job lining up those interviews and stuff. I don't know. Talent manager, Robin, maybe you should think about it.
That's all his experience for Meet at Junkyard right there.
No
That's
kidding.
true.
That's awesome. Not just that, you should hear what they're doing on iZombie, too. They got some fabulous guest going on every week.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, he is part of an empire now.
They are part of an empire.
Whoa. Is Robin the kingpin of podcasting?
That's a possibility.
Maybe.
Possibility. I believe that's a possibility.
He's the podcast reckoning. Every time I hear that guy's voice, that's
Oh. Well, the funny thing was when I found out, and I said this on there because it was ridiculous. When I heard that Vincent D'Onofrio was playing Kingpin, this was like in the first couple episodes before you see him. I kept picturing Vincent Gallo, and then when he appeared on screen, I'm like, man, what the hell happened to that guy?
Does he make wine with Julio? Somebody Gallo?
No, Vincent Gallo. Oh, you don't know who Vincent? Look up Vincent Gallo. He looks
love
nothing
him.
like Vincent D'Onofrio. And I'm like, man, he really let himself go. What the hell happened?
Well, the pictures I'm seeing of him, he already let himself go. What's he from?
Well, yeah. I guess the most famous thing he did was Brown Bunny.
Oh, Calvin Klein, apparently.
He was in
model.
some. I think he was in some Jay-Z videos.
He's very
Okay.
not kingpin-like.
Yeah, no.
No.
That's why I was extremely thrown off by a giant bald guy, and not Vincent Gallo.
Well, and Vincent D'Onofrio doesn't even look like Vincent D'Onofrio anymore.
No. I didn't even recognize him. When I finally realized who it actually was, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, holy moly. No wonder I was thrown off.
Yeah, I really am enjoying that series. I think I've seen up to maybe 7 or 8. I can't remember. You know I drink a lot, so...
7 was the stick episode.
Oh, hang on. I gotta let a puppy out. Hang on.
Yep.
God! Never ends.
So you went to Atlantic City Comic Con. Is that what it was
There.
called?
Boardwalk. It was
Boardwalk
Atlantic City
Comic-Con.
Boardwalk Con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rob seems to have fallen in with a gang of cosplayers.
Yeah.
Oh, those are my girls. Those are my girls.
They are a lovely bunch. it
He was
looks
10
It's a lot
minutes
of
from my
fun.
work and couldn't even call me to meet up for dinner.
We were so
Ouch.
No,
busy.
it's fine. I am nowhere. I am not down that way when I'm not at work. So
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. No. Oh my God. Like, so we kind of like doing the smaller because like New York Comic Con is just out of hand now.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
even worse than San Diego because there's nowhere to go.
It's so much smaller. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the same amount of
space-wise, yeah.
people crammed into the Javits Center.
Yeah, it's a much smaller space and a lot of
Yeah.
people.
Yeah, so it's pretty terrible. Actually, tickets for that went on sale like last week, and it was like a clusterfuck as usual.
Oh, that's right. They went on. Okay. Did
Yeah,
they sell
and
them
the
at
problem- yeah.
Midtown again or whatever?
Yeah, they are going to sell them at Midtown again, comics, but it was bad. Like the site was like crashing. Like they were like you shouldn't get an error screen. Like there's plenty of servers, blah blah blah, and of course that means nothing because there's going to be errors.
You
So-
shouldn't have an issue, but you probably will.
Yeah. I didn't even try it because I had already kind of pledged not. I was like, you know what? It's my birthday weekend. You know, I don't like. I just don't want to go through that again. Like
Yeah.
I can do something better. So
Someone there sounded very excited about your birthday weekend.
I don't know. I don't know what that was about.
Is Jamie here again?
Yeah, he's always guesting on the show.
Of course.
He's vacuuming right now. He couldn't comment on that. No, it looked
No
like
Periscope,
fun, though.
no proof, right?
Yeah, no Periscope. It looked like it was a reasonable size though down there, and like
Oh, wow.
things-
What are we talking about now?
the Comic-Con. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a reasonable size down there. I
The-
thought
I'm
maybe
sorry,
we were talking about
I'm
midget
sorry.
dicks. I didn't know.
I jumped over to Boardwalk Con. It seemed like
Yeah.
it was a more
So
manageable.
anyway,
con.
yeah, it was way small. Like it was a big space, but just the amount of people is,
way less. Yeah,
it was almost nothing compared to New York or city. It was ridiculous, but it was awesome, and it was great to like, you can stroll into a panel, 5 minutes late if you wanted to.
Yeah.
And you can get in no problem, so it was just like, it was fantastic. Although we got tricked by William Shatner.
Uh-oh.
God.
Yeah, because there was like a panel, and it was like, oh, like spend an hour with William Shatner and blah blah blah. So I was like, all right, that's cool. And we go, and it wasn't really about like, you would think, oh yeah, Star Trek and stuff like that, but no, it was basically a giant advertisement for his new animated comic called Manowar that
Oh
they're
God.
doing, which by the way is, according to him, is not. So he claims to have invented. It's in between a comic book and a movie.
What?
It's a comic book, but it moves.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah, there you go.
No,
Hey.
what it is an action motion comic. Although
Oh, okay.
the
Yeah,
way
yeah.
they claimed it was something new
No.
that they made up or they created.
Yeah, no, yeah, nobody's ever heard of a motion.
And
before.
yeah.
Like 10 years ago.
So the whole freaking panel was all about that.
Oh, jeez.
And it was like, this is not what was advertised. Like, I don't want this. So yeah, I got tricked into that. But everything else was awesome. You know, there was a lot of room, and on Saturdays when the crazy stuff started happening. So we had the bunch of us. We did an Arrow group,
Oh, yeah.
I saw that.
and so we went to a panel with Willa Holland and Manny Bennett from Arrow. That's Thea and Deathstroke, Slade. So she noticed. So during the panel, she noticed us in one of the rows, and she was like so like, I guess. And she's awesome because it's like she's like really cool. She's actually a nerd too. Like she's into like that kind of stuff, and she's not jaded. She doesn't take anything for granted. Like she knows how lucky she is and how awesome in a place she is. So like she just really like, I guess, really appreciated, you know, she really appreciates the fans. So she was like almost choked up about,
That's
you know,
awesome.
her group. And so after that, we actually ran down to her booth and took a picture with her. Yeah, so I mean that was really cool. And then well, I'll go in order. So it was cool because we had dinner at this really cool place, and it was like basically we had a table in like a liquor store.
I saw that.
Where
yeah,
was that
how
at?
was that?
What
It was
that?
awesome.
Nice.
It was so random because it's like the restaurant is really small, so they kind of just put a table out in the, you know, middle of the.
Where was that
store.
at?
That's in Atlantic City. It's called the Iron Room.
Huh. Was it in a casino or?
No, it's a separate place.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah. So that was awesome. We had like an awesome waiter who like clearly must have been drinking too, because she was getting a little crazy herself. So but that was really fun. And like we got we tried to catch a cab from a hotel there, but because there's so many of us, they just gave us like a limo. So we took this
nice.
limo to the restaurant, and then like we were eating, and then we were done. We were like, oh, because our limo driver gave us her card. So we were like, oh, maybe we should give her a call because we were about done. And then she just comes walking in, and she's like, oh, I got to use the bathroom. And like, I thought maybe you guys were ready and needed to pick up. And we're like, well, it just was crazy because it's like, how did you know?
She was hiding behind the wine bottles the whole time.
Maybe. I don't know. Maybe it was slow.
Oh.
She was like, shit, I need to work. But we just were having a really good day. So we were like, shit, let's go to Caesar's Palace. And who do we run into at Caesar's but Willa Holland playing at the craps table with a cigarette in hand. So
It's like stalkers.
it was just but she was like so happy to see us. And our one friend who was she was dressed as Black Canary, for those who know Arrow, and she has, I guess I will say, large assets. So
I'm looking at them right
so
now.
you are looking. So
I'm looking at them right
so
now.
Willa goes. She's like, oh man, the whole time I just wanted to poke your boobs, and she's like, can I do it? So she pokes my friend's boobs, and then touches them a little bit. But I mean, it wasn't. But it was just like, it was like, how is all this happening right now? Like it was just like the coolest day and the coolest night. It was just like crazy. Oh, and there was the guy from Gotham was there, although we didn't recognize him because he had a beard.
Oh.
It was the guy who plays Butch in
Oh yeah.
yeah, but he had like a beard, so like he didn't look at all like himself. So like I knew he was familiar looking, but like I couldn't quite place it.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
But yeah, it was just an awesome time. It was just all these things that kept happening. It's like insane, like all the coincidences and just stuff that was happening. So it was a good time, and that's the kind of stuff that makes me happy not to go to like the bigger cons. And I feel like you just have such a better time at the the smaller ones.
Yeah, everything's a little more intimate.
Yeah, it's more intimate. You can actually do things. If you want to see a panel at New York or San Diego, you have to be prepared to wait
Hours,
3-4 hours,
Yeah.
easy for that. So, and I don't want to do that anymore. So,
Yeah,
and
that's not really worth it anymore. Yeah, I know what
it's
you're
not.
saying.
And I'm actually going to another one in a couple weeks in DC.
Oh, okay.
That one we went to last year, and it was really good too. So we wanted to go back. It's called Awesome Con. It's in
okay.
it's DC. Yeah,
I've
so that
heard
one
of that
one was good too. I think it's a little bit bigger now than the Atlantic City one because that was the first year for Atlantic City.
Yeah.
But-
Plus, the Wizard World Philadelphia one was only like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, everything. I feel like everything is in freaking May this year. Yeah,
And you're talking that's only 45 minutes away. So it's two cons within a couple weeks, and one's Wizard World and established, and the other's
yeah,
just starting
exactly.
out. So
Yeah, exactly. It's still fairly new, so it's going to be still on the smaller side too. But I find those more enjoyable.
yeah, because you can really do stuff, and you get to enjoy the experience without being mobbed or whatever.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. But so that was like that's like
Well, it sounds like a pretty amazing weekend.
it was pretty awesome. Yeah, I have to say it was pretty awesome.
Justifiable enjoyment.
Yes. And my girlfriend dressed up as Gamora, so that was cool too.
I saw that. That was fantastic. Costume. She looked awesome.
They all did. Yeah, I admire them all because they're all like way better than I am at this. So like, and
I feel like I've
anything.
been stalking you all weekend, actually.
Oh
on,
please!
on like Instagram, like not Instagram, but like online.
I've had some fun stuff. It's cool. Yeah, no, it was just like I defer to them, and they're the knowledgeable ones on that stuff. So
Awesome.
yeah, it's fun.
Maybe you'll be doing those big galas eventually. What do you think? The costume galas and
Oh
stuff.
gosh, I don't know about that, but
It'd be fun, I
Costume
think.
galas.
yeah, it would be pretty fun.
Well, they do them like at Comic-Con. They do the great big.
Yeah, I've
Thing,
never gone to
masquerade.
that. I wonder how that is. I've never gone to that.
Mm.
The only thing I've ever seen it on is that the Heroes of Cosplay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Looks
Well,
kind of
there-
catty.
There was they had a DC group going when we were doing the Arrow stuff. Like, so there was like a lot of people dressed as DC characters, and we took a big group photo of that. But then they were gonna try to like divide into groups as well. But we like, all right, we're hungry. Like, we don't want to sit around here. But I do have to find that. Yeah, I want to find that one. There should be a photo of like just a huge amount of like DC characters.
So, have you dressed in cosplay before and gone to a con, or was this your first time?
I did it like once before. Like, it's not something. It's still pretty new to me.
Because I imagine it's a really different experience than just going and hanging out on the floor.
It really is. Yeah, it's kind of its thing in itself because it's like, you're going to get stopped. People are going to take pictures with you, And I know that there's people who do this, who really take pride in it, kind of create these elaborate costumes, and all they really do is walk the floor and get their picture taken. And you could spend your whole day doing that if you wanted to.
Yeah, you become part of the event then.
You
don't
do.
you?
Yeah, and I was actually it's actually pretty funny because it's like people like get really into it and they like really want to take their picture with you. It's kind of like like a really good ego boost too, you know.
Yeah.
So I think I started to understand why people are doing this. I never did. I did Castiel the day before from Supernatural, and like there are just people who just love the character so much. They're so freaking excited just to like take a picture with you.
Right on.
You know,
Right.
like as if I was the actual Castiel too, you know, or like the actual character. It's really
Yeah.
funny.
You get a little bit of their glow.
Yeah.
Right. I will take that shining light, shine it over here. I like
Yeah. So it's not something that like, you know, I've done a lot, but like I really see the appeal of it now.
it. Yeah. Well, it's going to be fun watching you go on that adventure. Right on. What else are we excited about? Is that pretty much it? Michael, you have nothing?
I'm trying to think what I've done. Let's see. I haven't done much. I'm excited about. I don't know. I've just watched some TV and stuff. I haven't really done anything. I haven't
That's
gone.
nice too sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell have I done? I don't really. I'm kind of in a. I don't really travel this time of year, so.
Did you go to Disney after the last show?
Oh, you know what? I
before?
don't know. I thought it went before, didn't we?
Yeah, I think you went before, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. We were in Disney at Easter, so we're going not until November.
Right. That's a long gap in between.
Trying to plan Comic-Con in San Diego.
Ooh,
Ah, yes.
Yeah, well, we have the hotel and all that.
Yeah,
It's just a matter
that's
of.
good,
We've been bouncing around everything from flying into Denver and slowly driving across to flying into Reno to flying into Phoenix to fly. We're bound. We have no idea. We're gonna try and work. We're definitely gonna try and work in LA to stop and see podcasting friends.
Yeah. Well, then you're only 2.5 hours from here. Fly on down. Come
Oh
on.
yeah. Because flying across the border is super cheap.
Why do you think I don't do it that often?
Yeah, exactly.
I'd
It's
love to come to
crazy.
Raleigh, but it's a $600,
Yeah,
$700 plane ticket.
No, completely. Well, you know what? Right now, I just went to look for Orlando in November, and it was freaking like $400 a person already.
What?
400
That's crazy.
plus already on Southwest. I'm like, holy Christ, what the hell happened? So apparently, I don't know. They released them they're all the way up to January 2nd now, and it's usually only 6 months out.
Huh.
So I don't know. I missed the window or something. I don't know. I got to keep looking now because I was like, damn, that is crazy. Because I haven't even got my airfare for damn San Diego yet, and that's going to be probably like $1,600 for 3 people, easy.
And it's coming quick, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Damn.
So we really got to plan it. And we had to pay our taxes. That was fun.
Yay!
Taxes.
We got walloped with those, which I don't mind. It is what it
Isn't
is.
it nice? Like, you paid all year. Give us more.
Well,
Thank you.
it was our fault. We didn't adjust for something, so it happens. But you pay it, you move on.
Can you, like, write off your really fat cat as a dependent?
That would be nice. That would be helpful. If I was a tax cheater, I could have done some more finagling with the rental property, but
But as we've established, you don't steal.
no. Well, I don't like doing that stuff. That's just not my thing.
No, it sits on your conscience. Yeah.
Yeah. It's not
The
that-
honest people
yeah.
always get screwed. It's just
Yeah,
the way it
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
we do.
Yeah, I'm not like I could have easily taken the receipts from my kitchen here and said, "Oh yeah, we redid the kitchen at the house that we just redid the kitchen at last year," and wrote that off. But I didn't feel appropriate
No.
doing that. It's just not my thing.
No. Well, once you get into that stuff, then you got to run around in your own mind worrying about getting caught in it. So why bother?
Yeah,
It's not worth the aggravation.
We're not talking about massive, amounts of money.
No.
It
Exactly.
was enough, but we're not talking about massive.
The only thing I got going on, I don't know, today's my surgiversary.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
Yeah. 10 years with these cow valves. Moo.
Moo.
And they think they will last several more years.
Well, that's a
So
good thing.
that's really good news. Yeah, that's all I got. I'm going to eat beef tonight for dinner
nice.
Beef.
in
it's what-
celebration
It's what's for dinner.
of my cow valves. Yeah. Moo. That's it. I got nothing else. I'm having a little sabbatical right now. The
Oh.
sun is shining. It's beautiful here. I don't know what the weather's been like there. I haven't been. I haven't been online much lately. So
It's been mostly
it's been all right.
warm and nice, but it has not rained in a long time here.
uh-oh.
Well, we had so much rain over the past 2 years that I don't.
You're not California. You'll be
Yeah,
fine.
no, yeah. But I mean, it's dry. It probably hasn't rained in like 3 weeks, which is a lot for us.
Yeah. They say it's going to be a really hot summer. So we're already getting it here. I mean, it's ridiculously warm. I've been working on my tan.
Well,
Very hard.
You guys had
Very
that
hard work.
super warm winter too, so
Yeah.
Yep.
that we certainly did not have.
No, we did not.
Where'd you guys didn't get that?
I don't care. As long as I get a cool summer out of the cold winter, I don't care. I'm all about that.
Oh, Matt says the travel expenses for BitterCon, $0.
$0 for
Yeah.
VidderCon. I am watching the chat, but for some reason, you know what's weird? On the YouTube mobile app, you cannot participate in the chat for some reason.
No, I know, and that was the same for you for when the Jay and Jack
It
podcast was happening. None of us could.
I can
comment.
watch it, but it won't let you. Won't let you participate in it or post in it. I should say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what that is. What that's all about. That's weird.
Yeah.
Did you see where Spotify is going to have podcasts and video content now?
Oh.
Really?
Yeah, to kind of compete more with iTunes, I guess, because they're, just to keep up with the Joneses and the possibility of the relaunching of Beats and all that
Oh, interesting.
wrapped into iTunes. So,
How do we get on there? Can we get on there?
I don't. It was just announced today, so I'm not sure how. That's what I got to look into, actually.
You need nothing more than title. Just ask Jay-Z. He will tell you.
Yeah. Can we get on title?
Do we care to?
Oh God, $20 a month is a little crazy.
I said in the group, I have downloaded the Periscope app, and it's a lot of fun if you follow people and then let the push notifications come, because otherwise,
Yes, because then you know what's going on. If you don't use the push notifications, it's just it's useless because you're not following anything. But like last night, I watched it because I know this is incredibly exciting. The NBA draft lottery was going on.
Ooh.
And there was an event that we wanted to go to, but we weren't able to make it to, and somebody was periscoping it, so I just watched the Periscope of it.
Cool. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson has been periscoping a lot of stuff lately, which is fun because he's cool. He has muscles.
I think if it's used well, it's definitely a good like Vine or anything else. If it's used well, it's definitely a cool little tool, especially for like breaking news and stuff like that. It's a pretty incredible tool for that.
So how come Ustream couldn't get their shit together enough to do this?
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. You're talking. This is what Periscope's part of Twitter, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're talking a whole different level of funding.
Yeah, I
And
guess
it's just
that's it, isn't
all
it?
it is another step, and you're talking. It's a direct. I mean, you can do it on other things. I'm sure you can live stream from your phone on like YouTube. I think, right?
Right.
But it's not as simple as the interfaces with this, where you just
Well, it just seemed kind of
Okay,
odd
yeah.
to me, and I guess that's what it is. It's the money behind it, because I've had Ustream for a million years. I never thought to care to follow anyone or anything like that. It was just sat there for the Jay and Jack thing every year.
Yeah, it's a whole separate app. It's not as clean.
Yeah.
It's not tied in with Twitter simply.
And then Periscope just kind of blew up really quickly, so I was just kind of wondering why Ustream couldn't figure it
Oh,
out.
and I guess there's Meerkat also, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what Dave was talking about. He's going to get Meerkat because I have Periscope.
I don't know which is going to survive. I mean, they could both survive. Yeah. Who knows? But usually want to win out.
If you want to know how this stuff works, just watch Silicon Valley.
I've never watched it. I really liked betas, and I just never got into Silicon Valley.
Apparently, according to Kolke, it's very true to life. So, interesting. Anyway, yeah. So that's a cool app. I'm having fun playing with that and following new people so I can...
I would like
I
to
haven't
try it,
podcast.
but I cannot.
Oh, it's not on Android, right?
Not yet, no.
That
Oh, because
sucks.
Dave searched the Google Play store today, and he found it. I found the logo for it anyway. Maybe it was
Really?
something different.
Did it just come out, maybe?
Well, I highly doubt it's out in Canada first.
Well,
That
no, I
wouldn't
mean,
happen.
did it just hit the Google Play Store maybe today or
Some,
something?
I'm gonna look right now.
There you go.
Yeah, I mean, he was. I definitely saw the logo there for it.
Sometimes there's like fake apps.
Oh
that are
yeah,
not-
yeah, they're not. Yeah,
They're trying to like grab people that think it's like.
yeah, make it
Oh.
look close enough to it.
Yeah, I don't think it's out yet. I think it's coming out
Okay.
soon though.
Because there were a few things called Periscope, and I looked for the logo.
Oh yeah, yeah. The specific.
Yeah, at least not on the U.S. store, so
Oh, weird. Weird.
probably soon. But
Oh. Maybe it was one of those you click on it and it'll say something like, "We'll let you know when this is available."
yeah, could be.
Thanks for your interest. There you go. So we're all getting ready for a long, hot summer. What else? That's it. Pretty much.
Yeah, I think so. It's festival season, it's park season, it's pop-up beer garden season.
Yeah.
It's outdoorsy season.
See, I'm excited because like this month has been crazy with like the 2 different cons I'm doing, but like after that, like it's pretty open, so which is nice because like I just thought I like to kind of just play it by ear and just kind of like wing it and have some fun. You can go do like weekend trips or day trips and stuff. So looking forward to just kind of
Yeah, we're doing
fun
that.
stuff.
We're
Yeah.
trying to, like, Dave's taking days off here and there with me because I've got, like I said, I'm taking some time right now.
Mhm.
And Dave's going to just, take days here and there where he can. And then on those days, we're going to do, like, a tourist in your own town thing.
Yeah.
Just go somewhere we haven't been before. So, like, we went out to Lynn Valley
Nice.
Canyon and we went across the suspension bridge and went for a little hike in the woods there. And
Cool.
we've never been, I've never been there. Why? I've lived here for 40 years. Why have I never been there? Let's go now. Although every single time we go out, it does involve food. It's a problem.
That's a problem we have too. There's so many
Yeah.
places to eat, and it's nice out, and you can sit outside and eat now, and it's
Yep.
so there's always that.
So we try to do something like in the morning before it gets too hot. Go for a little wander somewhere. So today we went to the hospital this morning and then Granville Island where I went with Will when he was here.
Oh,
Yeah, and they have like a really nice fresh market where you can buy all sorts of fish and meat and stuff. And I got all sorts of lovely pepperonis. Very exciting, I know. I found the meat and cheese store pretty quickly, let me tell you. And I went crazy. So, did you guys see that? You saw the Muppets are coming back, right? I think we talked about this
Yes,
last time.
I saw the trailer for that. It looks good.
Yeah, but what do you think of the concept of it, though? That they're like it's the Muppet reality show almost.
Well, at first I was like, why don't you just do the Muppet Show? But then I saw the trailer. Actually, I don't know. I really like the idea, and it's kind of more. It got a little bit more an adult vibe to it, which I noticed. Which is, so I think after seeing it, I'm totally on board. Before I was like, I'm not sure, but I like what I saw.
So I wonder what's the target audience, because it doesn't seem like it's children.
It's probably
Us.
It's men and
people,
children.
People who
Men
grew up.
children.
Yeah, people who grew up with it and kind of.
Ask Simon Pegg all about that, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nostalgia.
I think
It's
it
the
kind of is
nostalgia
more
crowd.
for the adults.
Yeah. Do you hear
But
that,
I mean, I'm sure
Simon?
still
Go ahead.
yeah. I was gonna say I'm sure still kids can still enjoy it, but I think it's probably aimed more towards the older crowd.
Yeah. I was really looking forward to hearing the Muppet theme song though again.
Yeah.
So I highly doubt they're going to start singing. It's time to put on makeup.
You never know.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. We'll see. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they do with it. I hope they don't. I mean, they've done so far so good with the movies, so I don't feel like they're gonna ruin our childhoods or anything. So, okay.
So speaking of kind of like trailers, did you guys see the Supergirl trailer?
Yeah,
I haven't watched it yet. No.
I thought it looked interesting. It's
Oh.
posted in our group if you want to see it.
I
Why, you
don't-
thought terrible?
I thought it was absolutely awful. It was like
I don't like the actress at all, quite frankly.
But it's super cheesy, right? Like it looks
It's like-
it's gonna be cheese.
it's like
fest.
Supergirl in the city.
See,
Yeah.
I hate
It
cheesy.
really is.
Yeah.
It's like oh, I'm Supergirl, but like here's my dating problems, and here's like my other like it's.
Is it on the CW? No, it's gonna be CBS.
No,
CBS,
it's CBS,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's. I feel like it's more cheesy than like you think CW shows is cheesy, but like that looks way more cheesy than CW shows.
That girl, what's she from?
She was one of the second class of Glee,
Yeah.
That's right.
and she was
That's
terrible.
right.
She was absolutely horrendous.
But she's a really good singer, so Supergirl needs to sing.
She wasn't that good of a singer, and she was a worse actress on the show, but that could have been the
Wasn't she?
role. I mean, I can't blame her necessarily, definitely, for that. So it was kind of a low ebb for the show when they were on, but she wasn't exactly very good in it. But I've heard she was good in other things. She was in some movie or something, so I forget what it was.
Yeah, I don't know. It looks super, super fluffy, so I'll
Yeah,
take it. I can take it for totally what it is.
I would be really surprised if it got a second season. Like I'm calling that now.
Yeah.
It's I just
You know, it's crazy. I don't know what constitutes a second season anymore because
That's-
the ratings are so dropping off that I don't really know what kind of audience you even need to grab
no.
anymore, you know?
Yeah, like how do they decide these days? They have
Yeah.
no real
I mean,
statistics, right?
Well, they do. I mean, the networks, well, they have
They're not. I mean,
some
they're
statistics, but, you know,
pretty.
But they're
shitty.
not realistic
They're not
numbers.
great.
They're totally skewed.
No, they're not. Yeah.
yeah. They're not great numbers, but they only care about the live viewers anyway, so
Which is ridiculous and antiquated. Can we just say, like, that's ridiculous?
Yeah, but that's only for advertising wise, not for.
Nobody watches commercials anymore.
Yeah.
Speaking of second season, Agent Peggy Carter got renewed. That made me happy.
That's
That
cool.
happened a couple of weeks ago,
Yeah.
so that made me happy because talk about cheesy. Sure, I like my cheesy. Goes good with my pepperoni.
Yeah, that's why I like Daredevil, not cheesy, until
No,
the costume.
Daredevil's
But
not cheesy.
you know,
Has some of the most amazing fight scenes I've ever
Yeah,
seen on television.
Yeah.
Daredevil.
I would like them to keep the cheese out of Daredevil.
I don't think there's gonna be any cheese.
Yeah, if they add cheese, I'm out. Because right now I'm in. If they add any, like Foggy was bad enough.
I think Foggy's as cheesy as you're gonna get.
Yeah, I think he's the only light part you're gonna get. Yeah.
So
I'm
what is
hopeful.
it that he's? You made comments like that he's really quippy. Is that what?
No,
is the
well,
problem
I
with
think
yourself?
most of it is the actor's horrendous.
Yeah.
I think that's the main part. Secondly, the character sucks. The character does not fit the tone of the rest of the show,
Yeah.
and the guy playing him is not good.
No.
So, and he pales in comparison to everybody else, which is, I think, what the big problem is.
Well, where I am in the show, I'm still just confused by what the hell Karen is doing because she's like, "Oh, Senior Froggy, let's Senior make this meal for my husband," and then she's like, "So tell me more about Matt."
Yeah, I don't want to get too much. Yeah, I won't spoil you on it, but yeah, that was kind of weird.
And are we ever going to get back to the fact that she's got this disc thing that's got all this information on it?
They wrap everything up pretty.
Okay,
I mean,
good.
not completely wrap it up, but you know what I mean. They
Right.
wrap things up. I mean, it
Yeah.
all comes around. I really loved the second half of the season. I thought the first half was a little better, a little stronger. And maybe it was just the whole learning who Matt was and all that stuff that was a little better. But I really liked Wesley. I thought he was very good.
I really liked Wesley too.
I liked Claire a lot, the nurse. You don't see
Yeah.
that much. I thought everybody was really strong except for Foggy, honestly. I even like the awkwardness of Fisk. Awkward Fisk is interesting.
Well, it's so weird because from what Claire says, he's like this, like super scary, powerful kind of guy, but he just seems to make a lot of apologies to me.
Yeah, see, there's one thing to have something in a comic, and then there's another thing to see it on screen now.
Yeah,
You
but I
can't-
don't get the terrifying
Yeah,
watch what you say to this guy vibe.
but you can't do if you're doing a semi-grounded series. you
Yeah.
can't do a super over the top villain who walks around with a giant cigar and a massive cane or whatever the hell he does in a
And
lot of
wears a white
Daredevil.
suit and a cravat.
Yeah, I mean, you just
Yeah.
can't. You can't do it. It doesn't work on TV. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
Especially if you're doing. It looks silly, is what it looks like,
Yeah.
and it's
Well,
just different in a comic than it is on TV. It's like they couldn't do the governor like he looked in the comic because then
or
it would,
Dario Naharis.
yeah, because then it would be because then it would be Danny Trejo, and it would take you out of it, and it wouldn't feel realistic. It would seem over the top, and you know,
Yeah, I guess that's true.
you gotta and not to say they did a horrendously shitty job with the governor, but I think they could have done a good job with a normal looking guy, just like they kind of did a normal looking guy for Fisk.
Yeah. But I kind of feel like Fisk is like, I'm going to crush this guy's head in the door and then apologize for somebody having to clean up the guts.
Yeah, well, I mean, he definitely becomes a little more vocal through time.
Okay.
Yeah. But I love
And
how
Vanessa, I'm sorry, but she was right there for the evil.
Oh yeah, I like her. She's
She was
evil.
down with that shit. She wanted cookies bad.
Yeah, yeah. She knows. Yeah, she was definitely into it for sure.
Yep. Yep.
But yeah, no,
Right.
there was some great stuff. Oh God, ugh. And you saw the episode where the old guy showed up, right?
I don't remember. I don't
Jesus.
remember.
I really liked that one. I thought the ending was fantastic.
yeah.
They allude to some extra stuff without making you think you have to watch other stuff to watch the series, which I think is nice.
Yeah. Unlike S.H.I.E.L.D., who's just out and out spoiling Age of Ultron every chance they get.
Yeah, but they're more connected to it. You know what I mean? That's more that's more of a vehicle for the movies than this is.
I know.
I think.
Still.
I'm hoping the Netflix stuff all kind of is of similar vein and kind of ties together a little bit.
Yeah, I think it will because like I know like Jessica Jones is tied to whatchamacallit, Luke Cage because like I know he's in that, so it's like, and it's also New York, so I figure it's got to be.
Yeah, and they're all kind of the street characters or whatever. You know.
There's got to be some connection. I wouldn't be surprised if Matt Murdock makes an appearance. As well.
Yeah. I'd be okay with that as long as they keep similar tones to those series. They don't have to be exactly the same, obviously, because you don't want repetitive or whatever.
Right.
But they shouldn't be like the movies. They should be more like the Netflix stuff should be the Netflix stuff. The movie stuff should be the movie stuff.
Yeah.
I just think it's different vibe.
It is, but it's still believable that it's the same universe.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They're more on the outside of what that stuff is than on the inside of it, I think.
They're cleaning up the mess.
Yeah, they're cleaning up what's left over, basically. Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Yeah, I think they're just doing it. It looks beautiful. I think they're doing a really nice job with the colors.
Oh yeah,
and
fantastic.
the way that it looks. It's just fantastic. I'm really enjoying this series. I wish I could watch it a little more quickly. Dave, he gets into shows with me and then he wanders away.
The costume took me out of it a little bit. I'll be honest. When it eventually shows up.
Yeah.
I thought the black on black for the hat and what he just wore for most of the season. I thought that really really worked. And then I felt like they brightened up the show a little bit once the costume came.
Yeah, a little bit.
And I was like, I didn't like that as much.
The costume was, I guess, a little bit more CW-ish than the rest of the show was.
Yeah, it kind of was. It kind of, and that's, those shows are good and all, but it just didn't fit with the rest of the show to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
I mean, I could see them. I understand they got to do it red and kind of give you the Daredevil feel, but you could have done it some kind of like something darker and more utilitarian that would seem more realistic for what he's doing. That was, I mean, just minor things with the show. Really, I mean, the show was fantastic. Otherwise, I mean,
Yeah,
I blew
I'm really
through it.
enjoying
Like, yeah, I mean, it's strong. I was surprised how good it was. Other than Foggy, of course.
Poor Foggy.
Oh,
Senor
God.
Foggy!
You haven't gotten to one episode yet where he is featured way, way, way too much.
Oh.
Oh, that episode, I was like, yo, cuz. You gotta stop. Stop the acting right now and just leave that room.
Oh, no.
Just stop the acting. That was a fun one. Speaking of normally good shows, are you guys caught up on Game of Thrones?
Yo.
I'm not, but I know about that big thing that everyone's talking about.
Okay.
Well, you must have known about it at about the same time Littlefinger left her there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
That's about when I figured it out. So.
I mean, I've only watched like 1.5 episodes, so I'm like really far behind.
Okay.
But
Oh, wow.
Do you know about the other big thing? The horrible, crappy fight scene.
no, I
That
don't.
is maybe one of the worst things I've ever seen on TV.
Really? Oh, that's disappointing. I don't really care though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna. It doesn't matter what it was about, but they introduced these three characters. They introduced Oberyn's daughters.
Yeah, I know they're doing
Yeah,
that,
yeah. So they introduced them, and they are cartoonish at best.
Yeah.
And then they get in this fight scene the next week, and it is like I don't know, 1930s serial movie quality fight scene. It is some of the biggest hunk of shit I've ever seen. You know, for a really quality series to do something like that, I was like, wow, that is just pathetic because that was terrible. But other than that, I've enjoyed the season, and and the controversy part, obviously, the Sansa rape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like kind of multiple levels to multiple views on it as to why it's controversial. I should say, not that it isn't. I can understand what people are saying for sure. I'm not sure I get they focused on Theon too much angle.
Well, I would have rather watched Theon cry than watch Sansa get raped.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I thought they did that to show you that it was horrific. It was so horrific that this guy that's had everything in the world done to him thought it was horrific, without showing you the horror of it. But I understand, people's qualms about that as well.
I guess here's my thought on it is that and I hope this comes out the right way. Like, I think that something so horrible, if it really is needed to tell the story, I think that you could do it in the right circumstances. But the complaint that I've heard from people is that it didn't really do anything. Like, there wasn't any reason for that to happen.
Well,
I don't think we know yet.
Yeah, I don't think we know
but
yet.
I don't-
And I mean, we do know that this is not Sansa's role in the books at all.
Yeah,
but
right.
she's taking the place
Of Jane Poole.
yeah. So I mean, there is no character of that. So really,
Right.
Yeah.
But the reason that my understanding is the reason that they replaced Jane Poole's character, first of all, because she hasn't been around.
you have to. You can't just have 3 million characters on around.
No,
so.
but also that they really liked Sophie Turner and that they wanted to continue, they wanted to use her more, and that really Sansa's sitting in the Vale in the book.
Yeah, she's just hanging out there.
Just hanging out in the Vale. They didn't want to introduce a new character for this to facilitate this story.
Where they can just use one they already have.
Exactly. It's like every character right now is kind of playing the role of 2 or 3 other characters because there's so many. To move the story forward, they have to take some of these people out. I noticed that in this book, like with the Dornish, I drifted off a lot with this because there were so many people, and it just got hard to follow.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah. No, I agree.
So I feel like that. I mean, was this necessary? Absolutely not. Did we already know Ramsay was what he is? Absolutely. We absolutely did that.
And no, go ahead.
Don't you think, though, that, I mean, had they introduced the Jane Poole character again and gone down that road that they were going to go, it would have had a hell of a lot less impact. But, quite frankly, a little sick of seeing rape as the only vessel for telling a woman's story.
I think a big part of the problem for the show, and specifically for the show, is that they screwed up the Jamie Cersei thing so bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That, they get no leeway because for some reason they couldn't understand what they portrayed was a rape.
Right, yeah, it's a bit of a problem when you're coming from there,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, so they're getting no leeway. So while I'm trying to think who else was assaulted in that way. Daenerys, obviously early in the what's that, the first season or whatever. I'm sure there were other randoms that we don't know, during horde attacks or whatever.
Well, and this is the thing too. Like, I was listening to the Game of Thrones podcast, and they were saying that this isn't Sansa's story, and that they built her up to be this really strong woman, only to put her in this role.
Well, no. She's never been built up to be a strong woman.
Well, but she's turning into evil Littlefinger, right? Like
no,
Littlefinger Jr.
Not really.
Like that's where they've been building her story up to.
Maybe, but she kind of unwittingly was part of what's his name's death. I mean, she's really been a pretty shitty character to watch.
Absolutely. Yeah, I think Sansa all the way around is kind of a pretty shitty character, but I felt that they did the exact same thing to Jaime Lannister when they built his character up. He had this big arc where he became this better person, and then they portrayed him as a rapist.
Yeah.
Raping his sister. So they did the fucking same thing again.
When it was supposed to, yeah. But they were trying to portray something consensual, and they portrayed a rape. So
exactly.
They're not really getting leeway because, I mean, honestly, they didn't earn it because they fucked that up so bad.
Yeah.
And they don't understand what's what, But I can understand people just being tired of seeing it too, and I would say just don't watch anymore. I think that's perfectly reasonable, a perfectly reasonable response.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything else to say about that. Jennifer Cheek on the Game of Thrones podcast can't say 10,000 times more eloquently than I can. But like she says, all it is a vehicle to forward a man's storyline. That's all this ever is, right? In the way that they write it. It's
I don't know, but whose storyline did it forward?
Well, Ramsay's, first of all, and then Theon's. Because this is going... I'm assuming this is going to be some kind of catalyst for Theon.
See, that's what we don't know yet. See, that's where I think it's a little bit unfair, because we don't know yet. I don't think they focused on Theon to show that he's going to break. Now, if that's what happens, then yeah, I mean, that's absolutely right. I thought they focused on him to to not show an underage girl being raped, quite frankly. To show what was happening without showing what was happening, yeah.
Yeah, I hope so. I don't know.
But that, I mean, they haven't really earned any leeway, so I can't.
No.
Say,
Well, I mean, there was hardly a storyline in that last episode that was in the book at all.
Well, that's fine. I mean, I don't care about that.
I know, but to even guess at this point what they're going to do.
Yeah. I mean, you don't
honestly,
know.
When I saw them come over that ridge and they were sitting there, and I thought they were at Moat Cailin, but I guess they were at Winterfell, and he's saying to her, you're going to marry Ramsay Bolton. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, but you don't know what he knows about Ramsay. I mean, he may not know.
Littlefinger's whole gig in the world is to know everybody's business.
Yeah, but Ramsay's kind of a new player, don't forget.
Bruce isn't.
No, he's not, but he's also not as terrible as Ramsay.
Yeah, I don't know. Fat Walda wouldn't agree.
yeah, well, yeah, I mean, there's that. But I mean, Ramsay's pretty friggin' awful.
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, and Roose is very well aware of what his son is.
Yes, definitely, yes.
So, I love the comments online though that people are all outraged because Sansa got raped, but nobody cared that Theon lost his penis. Well, first of all, I think a lot of people were pretty upset about what happened to Theon.
Yeah, I agree.
And second of all, yeah, I never even a second of all. But what are you gonna say? I personally felt horrible for what happened to Theon, but by the same token, I also understood that he was a prisoner of war.
Yeah, but I don't think that makes a difference. That's like
Well,
saying, well, Sansa lives in this world where this happens. I mean, that's equitable to that, and I don't think that's a fair
hey,
thing
apparently
to say
Snoop Dogg
either.
thinks it's history.
Well, yeah. I mean, could be, except for, I guess, the dragon part.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how they could have done it and not had it be an issue, but I think most of that's their own doing
Mm-hmm.
because of things they've done in the past rather than what they did this time.
Yeah.
I just think this was kind of final straw time, is what it was.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
think
honestly, I didn't want to watch this episode. I kept putting it off and putting it off and putting because I knew what had happened, and I thought I don't even want to fucking see it. And I don't even know if I want to watch the show anymore.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people saying that, yeah. And
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't know.
completely understand that,
Yeah,
And
I
maybe
don't know.
there's no happy endings in the show,
I don't understand how there can be
Well, yeah,
because
I
whose
mean,
story is it, right? Whose story at the end of the day?
yeah, I mean, who
Who
knows?
wins the crown? Who wins the throne? Wins the Game of Thrones? Right?
And does that even make it a happy ending if somebody wins the Game of Thrones?
Right. If Tyrion ends up on the throne, we'll all go yay.
Yeah, yeah, but I mean, who knows what happens in the meantime to cause that? It's like it
Mm-hmm.
could be a million different things. So
Yeah.
it's pretty. I don't know. It's just complicated, and
Yeah.
yeah, I think they could have done with more. I don't know, character work this season and less showy stuff, we'll say.
So I wonder at what point what's her doodle's going to show back up.
Who's
What's her name?
Brienne.
Brian.
Brienne.
Brian.
Yeah, I don't know. She was assaulted as well early on in the show, I believe, right? Or nearly.
They were going to rape her, but then they put her in a bear cage instead with a wooden sword.
Yeah, it was close. Yeah, I knew it was. Well, it was close enough. Whatever. She
Yeah.
was threatened with it, so that's
The
close
bear,
enough.
and the maiden fair.
I'll take that as close enough. Unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it just when these things happen, I just try to avoid the internet because there's only so much ignorance I can handle before I
Oh
start to,
yeah. Oh, believe me, I heard some. I picked up about I don't know. I was checking out different Game of Thrones podcasts.
yeah.
I generally listen to the Bald Move one and Jay and Jack one because Nick does that with them,
Right.
and he's a book reader, and I kind of like how he does it. So I listened to those, and there was a couple others I picked up. One I picked up and I listened for like 5.5 or 6 minutes. I don't even know. And I was like, and somebody tried to say it wasn't a rape, and I'm like, are you fucking insane?
What was their justification?
Well, what they were saying was, not that it wasn't a rape on Ramsay's part, but that Sansa took Littlefinger's advice and is going to play the game, and part of her playing the game is dealing with this misery, right? This horrific event.
So he says they're saying in essence she knew what she was walking into and she got exactly what she was expecting.
No, I don't think they were saying it that way, but whatever. It sounded horrible. That's why I shut it off, because it was just a stupid argument. But I think they were trying to explain it in that she was playing the game as well. She knew, she didn't know what was going to happen to her, but when something
But it's not
happened,
uncommon to assume that if you just got married, you're going to have sex on your wedding night.
yeah, obviously. In that world, that's just going to happen. And
But I think that if somebody literally rips your clothing off
well, exactly,
and you're crying,
Yeah.
that's not consensual.
yeah, no, I don't think, no, definitely not. That's
Yeah.
yeah. But that was my
Pretty much
which is
those two things.
why I shut it off. But I understand. The only end of it I understand is that she's in the game, so to speak.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I mean, I understand that argument. I don't agree with it at all. But I mean, that's literally why I listened for 5 minutes and was like, "This is really dumb." So,
Yeah.
you're just an idiot. So I'm not going to listen to that anymore. And so I dropped that one quickly. But I think there's a couple other ones on the other end that are just ready to quit watching, and I'm like, I appreciate that, but then don't watch anymore. If you really hate it, you can.
There's nothing worse than hate watching
yeah.
a show, too,
I mean,
especially if it's something that's based on something that you enjoyed.
Exactly.
The source material.
I mean, everybody's free to speak their piece. I'm not like questioning that. I'm just,
It's just it's hard to believe there are actually people in the world who can look at a thing like that and interpret it so incorrectly.
Yes, but there are also nuances that can be discussed where some people on the other end are screaming so loud they're not even listening to that. It's one thing to scream against the person who is trying to argue that it wasn't a rape,
right?
Because that person's an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
It's another thing to just drown out any kind of nuanced argument that, hey, look, yes, it was horrific, but this isn't, it isn't exactly whatever you happen to be arguing,
Right.
But that's kind of how it works in the world. That's the internet. Actually, that's
So
the
I
world
mean, I
in
don't know
general.
if I'm looking forward to next week's show.
No, I completely understand that, and I don't know what I want to see. Do I want to see, I don't know if I want to see Sansa all of a sudden like, oh, now she's super angry and she's going to get her revenge. I don't know if I want to see that.
Or she's black and blue and in a dog kennel.
Yeah, well, no, I don't think we'll see that. But, because why, she should have had enough reasons to already be pissed off.
Yeah.
They didn't need to go there to make her pissed off. Her family's all dead. I think that's good enough.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I understand having something happen directly to you. Well, she did see her father killed, but that was, what's his name? That was that idiot Joffrey.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see where they wanted to personalize it even more. Not to say your family dying isn't personal, but let's face it, a lot of people die in this world, in that world.
Yeah, it's kind of to be expected.
Yeah. So
see you, Mom. You're going out for bread? Okay,
yeah.
see you again.
It's not the same as like me coming home and, oh yeah, your family was at a wedding and they were all killed.
Yeah, weddings are just not good in this world. I think we've determined that at this point.
I think there's those kind of things that kind of get lost in some of the arguments. I mean, you have to look at it from a perspective of a different world, and you can't necessarily judge it by this one.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know what I want to see, but I'm not sure they know how to handle it well enough. Let's put it that way.
Well, I guess really I can handle watching that stuff. I would just like the writing to be smarter about it. Just be smarter,
Yeah. I thought they did the scene fine enough. Like I understand people complaining about the focus shifting to Theon, but I thought that was needed, and not because it was, oh, look how this poor guy, he has to watch somebody be raped. It was, this is so bad we don't even want to show you Sansa's face.
See, I didn't read it that way.
Oh, no.
I didn't read it that way.
Yeah, to me it came across as we just, you saw the pain on her face and then they cut away because, do you need...
Yeah, I found that they even so much so that they deliberately I felt, muffled her cries and focused on him. Like, they didn't want you to see it or hear it. They wanted you to I mean, again, I see what you're saying. They wanted you to understand how bad it was. But also, by the same token, she was a virgin.
Yeah.
There wasn't a hell of a lot of foreplay. I don't imagine that felt particularly good.
No. But it was definitely, whatever he was doing, and you can only imagine it was Ramsay, so you can only imagine the horror show that was going on,
Well, yeah.
whatever he was doing. But yeah, no, I
I
mean,
prefer not to be honest.
yeah, I mean, for me, I got the horror of it without, I understood how horrific it was, and I really didn't even consider Theon's feelings at all. All that I considered was, wow, he's horrified by it. It must be horrible. Like, I didn't think, oh, this poor Theon, he has to watch this. I thought, wow, this guy who's seen everything is horrified by this. How horrible is this?
Or maybe he's internalizing it and thinking, look at what I created. Look at what I've done because I took over Winterfell when I shouldn't have.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. Yeah,
Theon
yeah.
created this situation.
That's true. I didn't even consider that part. Because for me, the thoughts of anybody else never entered into it to me. It was all about what was happening to Sansa.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I think that I felt like he was more internalized it more than that. Like, I would hope that he would take some personal responsibility for it if there's anyone even there to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what he was feeling, but how the scene affected me, I didn't even consider Ramsay's feelings. Let's put it that way. The only thing, he was just a proxy for what was happening to me. I didn't consider, oh, this poor fella or anything like that. To me, it was just a proxy as a way not to show the complete horror of the situation.
Yeah. And I mean, realistically, he has grown up with Sansa since she was a child, a very little child.
Yeah.
And so to realize, I mean, he can see the situation that she's in now, partially his fault.
Oh, yeah.
And so I would hope that some of that reaction would have been some kind of culpability, that he would be thinking he needs to do something here.
Yeah. No, I'm sure.
And if nothing was going to shake him out of his reverie, this sure as shit did.
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, and I hope that's not why they focused on him, honestly.
Yeah.
I hope they focused on him because they didn't want to show what was going on. They wanted to give you the gist and the feelings and everything without, getting so graphic about it.
Yeah. It's hard to give these guys the benefit of the doubt.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I completely understand why nobody gives them the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
They screwed it up bad enough, before.
Yeah, they did.
When you film a rape and they're like, what? What are
There was no rape.
What are you talking about? That wasn't a rape.
I'd be interested to see what they said about this one, actually.
I don't know. I haven't heard anything.
Hopefully their assistants have taken their phones away so they can't tweet stupid stuff.
Yeah, hopefully. I apparently there was some interview with whoever plays Sansa about it, so she had no issue with the scene, so I don't know. But that doesn't mean anything either. I mean, her not having an issue with it doesn't mean that there's not an issue with it.
Well, exactly.
But it doesn't mean that there is either, so.
I think Sansa had an issue with it.
Well, I would sure as hell hope so.
Just because Sophie Turner didn't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Why does she hate her character so much? That's the question. No, just kidding.
I know. What do you think about Arya's storyline?
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely like it. It's very interesting. Yeah, I don't know. The only one that's kind of the Dorne stuff is kind of dragging. The Dany stuff is getting a little bit annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like it's really slowed down a lot the past season or so. Like last season was crazy. I feel like this season kind of slowed down a lot. Like it's like moving pieces this season, really. We're spending a lot of time moving pieces, I think.
Yeah, and I have no idea what for.
Yeah, I don't know either. That's the thing. Yeah, until we know, it's going to be, it's like
they're going to reach the end of the books pretty quickly here.
Yeah, they're going to pass the books. I mean, I don't think there's a doubt about that.
They're definitely going to pass the books.
Yeah. I don't think there's any question about that. I mean, that's inevitable at this point.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's not,
I don't
There's no
think he's
way.
interested anymore.
Well, maybe not. I mean, he started it how long ago? I mean, I
Well,
don't.
that's what I was thinking, Who wants to keep writing the same thing for 20 years?
Yeah, and hey, whatever. As long as the show gets finished, I guess that's if he finishes the book, he finishes the book. But I don't know how long they're going on the show. I mean, you're talking about this is season 5,
Yeah.
so you know.
Well, I think that's part of the issue, too, is that there's so many characters
Yeah,
that
there's a
how
lot.
do you wrap it up? Like, is it whose story is it, even? I thought it was Ned Stark's story. Apparently it wasn't.
No, I just think it's this, and maybe it's not anybody's story. Maybe it's just a story of that time, and maybe it was a really shitty time, and really shitty things happened.
Yeah, stories need a beginning, a middle, and the end, though. You can't just,
Yeah,
go on and
yeah,
on
no, I
forever.
agree. But like anything, maybe it doesn't end well.
Can you imagine? You watch, 8 years of the Game of Thrones, and it's like, okay, well, this is the last show. We don't know what to do, so
Oh, maybe everybody dies. I mean, who the hell knows?
I'm gonna get more of that green fire liquid, and that's the end of everybody. Poof! In a big explosion, King's Landing explodes.
King's Landing explodes. Oh God.
And it's just like some local news reporter. I'm coming to you live here.
Yeah, so I mean that's all I got on that. I don't really know what else to say about it.
Cersei's a bitch.
Well, there's that. I mean, that hasn't changed.
How could you be so rude to Lady Elena? Honest to
Oh
God.
my God, that was amazing. Oh God.
The best part was when Lady Elena called her a tart.
Yes. Yeah, that was a really good scene. Yeah, that's some of the highlights. Those Tyrion's amazing,
Yeah.
obviously.
What was it? The midget will live till the penis is delivered, or something.
Yeah, the dwarf will live until
The
till we.
dwarf lives until we find a cock merchant.
Yep. Yeah, wait till you get to that, Rob.
Sorry, Rob, for spoiling you like crazy.
I won't remember any of it by the time I get
By the
there.
time you get to, you're not going to remember. Oh, yeah, the cock merchant was amazing.
Yeah.
That was
Well, how
pretty
will you know
amazing.
it's from a dwarf?
Yeah. Yes. How will they know it's from?
It'll
a
be
dwarf?
different. Nah. Have you seen the Peter Dinklage sings the Game of Thrones? Have you seen that?
No.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's very funny. It's very funny. I will post it in the group if I can find it, which shouldn't be too hard.
I think I talked about it before, but you guys have you seen any of you seen The Station Agent?
No.
Oh, it's fantastic. Peter
no.
Dinklage is in it. It's like one of his early movies. Very, very good. Michelle Williams is in it. He's in it. Some other people. Small film. Excellent. He's fantastic in it. With no, not doing the accent, obviously, since that's not his accent. Obviously. But that was Game of Thrones, I guess.
Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
do we have any feedback from Game of Thrones, gang? I don't think we
I don't
do.
know.
Mikey was just wondering why she hasn't lit her candle yet in her light to get help to come. But I don't think she knew. I think, what was she supposed to do? Oh,
Yeah.
I just have to put in my diaphragm and light a candle. I'll be right
Well,
I don't think so.
maybe if she didn't have to light a candle at the top of a fucking tower, how's she getting
Yeah.
up there when she's in trouble? That's my question.
I'm locked in the basement. Can someone, friends from Winterfell, can you please light my candle?
Please, somebody.
Funny. Oh, well. Yeah, so we'll see. We'll see what happens next week. Will they redeem themselves?
Who
Probably
knows?
not.
Who knows?
Probably not. David Letterman's Last Night is Tonight.
Oh, that's right. It is. Yeah.
I never liked him.
I haven't watched it in a long time. I'll be honest. I used to like him when he was on NBC, but I haven't really watched late night in a long time because I've always worked pretty early in the morning. So By the time he got to CBS, he was kind of older and crankier. So
And we know how much you love CBS.
yeah, no, I mean, I did. By then, I was like, I don't really have time to watch late night. It's so late.
Mm.
You know, how do you watch late night when it's late?
Yeah, well, we watch it at 9 here, so
Lucky. Yeah, there you
because
go.
we're very old. It's like New Year's. We party East Coast style.
Yeah, see?
It's the only way I see midnight.
I did see one fun day. Like there was a tweet from like, I don't know, Mashable, CNN, whatever, something like that, where they were posting who was going to be on the show tonight, and they're like, spoiler alert. I'm like, it's fucking David Letterman. What do you?
I thought there were no guests tonight. I thought they weren't doing any guests tonight.
I don't know. I guess the Foo Fighters are going to be on or something.
Oh.
And I don't know something. I do have to say he has had some great musical guests, and some great performances. His musical guests to me are top notch.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much the only thing I've ever watched from the show in the recent times. I mean, other than way back in the day, like when Joe Franklin used to be on the show and stuff, which is a long time ago.
Stupid Pet's Tricks was the best thing I ever saw.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
Dalmatian walk on 2 legs to the fridge and take a beer out and bring it back to his owner.
I mean, back in the day, you have to remember it was Carson and him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he was so much, he was the young guy.
It's true. Too funny.
Crazy as that may sound at this point.
Now he's just a curmudgeon.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna watch it. Why not? What else have I got to do?
Oh, what else have I got to do?
What else have I got to do? I could watch Daredevil, I guess.
True.
So, maybe I will do that. What else? What else are we watching?
As I'm watching Orphan Black.
Yo.
Are you?
I am watching Orphan
I have
Black.
not gotten to watch any of it yet, but I can't wait to. Has
I
it
will
been
not
good?
spoil you, but Helena. That's all I'll say.
Oh man, I know. It's been so tough. Like I haven't been able to watch really much of anything.
Well,
There's
and
so
it's
much
hard
to
when it
watch.
starts to get nice out too, because you've been inside so long, you just want to go outside and play.
Yeah, it's not going to get any easier. Definitely.
Nope. Well, that's what we have Netflix for, so we can binge watch stuff in the wintertime.
Yep, that's it. Yeah, I think the other thing we really watched was Once Upon a Time.
Right.
Just because Connor really likes it.
Yeah, blame the kid.
Yeah. Well, actually, him and I are going back and watching from the beginning. Because I never, in the beginning, I hated it. And going back, it's not bad, the beginning. I just think at that point, I wasn't ready to watch that type of show.
Right.
After Lost, I was kind of like pissed. So I was like, I'm going to pass. But now it's like, watching it with him is a little different, He enjoys it, so I'm kind of getting into it. So we're watching the current run, and we're going back and him and I are watching the beginning. Because he was only 3 when it came out, so obviously he wasn't watching a whole hell of a lot of it.
Right.
Unless Thomas happened to be on that week or something. But I think that's the only other thing I'm really watching. Watch Daredevil. Watch that. I'm trying to think what else I don't even have anything on the DVR really. Jeez. Yeah, I think that's about
Matt
it.
says he does know what's going on in Orphan Black. You don't watch Orphan Black, do you, Mike?
No, I don't.
So
I want to
good.
It's one of those ones I want to watch. It's just I haven't.
Yeah, Dave won't watch it with me. So I'm like, I get to watch it right away. It's fabulous. That or Kimmy Schmidt. He's like, I put my head in the door when you're watching. That looks stupid.
I tried watching it. It just wasn't for me.
No, it's
But
not for everybody.
That's all right. It was, people love it. That's cool. Mm-hmm. See how I've mellowed?
Yeah,
See how I've
yeah.
mellowed? I would normally be like, that is hot garbage. Why are you watching that? No. See, now I'm
Well,
like,
Angry Mike will be back sometime.
yeah, see, now I'm like, oh, no, it's all good. Everybody can like what they like,
Whatever, more for you, man.
Yeah, it's all groovy, man.
What's the matter? You been on the pot?
On the pot. That sounds like I'm taking a poop.
Ew! Gross. On the pot. Maybe that's a southern expression. I don't know. Jamie, let us know.
Oh.
So we have feedback
Yes.
in the group I posted here. Michelle was nice enough to put a comment.
While you're reading that, I have to get Matt's.
Cue it up, baby. Cue it up.
Yeah, because I'm like way away from my computer, so I got to move.
Oh.
I have like a whole new setup down here because we got new living room furniture.
Oh, nice.
So I moved the sectional couch down to the studio.
Huh.
So now I lay on a sectional couch.
Oh, geez. So you're working
Ooh.
hard while podcasting. I need a new sectional. Spring went in mine, which is very uncomfortable.
Oh, this one's a hunk. I mean, this one's really old, so that's why I threw it in the basement where I record. And I'm like, so right now, actually, Connor is asleep on the couch, and where I usually lounge, and I'm across the room. So I got to go across the room too. Set up the
Sectionals are
phone call.
great. I love
Yes,
that
they're
sectional.
nice. We got some nice new, more modern look though, which I prefer. But got a good deal. The place was going out of business, unfortunately, but it was a good deal. So
Bad for them, good for you.
yeah, I felt bad because it's a place I always wanted to go to, and I'm like, oh, now they're going out of business, and now I'm going here. I'm such an asshole.
You're the reason.
Yeah,
It was your
like,
fault.
I should have went here before, but then I would have paid twice as much.
They should have been so fucking greedy in the first place.
Exactly. All right, I will get the phone call ready. You do that.
Okay, so Michelle says, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and she even put it all in capital letters like that with the dots in between because she is not lazy like I am. Excellent season overall. I'm only a few episodes into Daredevil, but it is so good, gritty and dark in a way that Marvel hasn't done so far, but still fun. The voice this season wasn't great. I don't care about anyone left. Finale is tonight. What else does anyone
I disagree
watch?
about that. The voice. Well, I will say this: the one kid on The Voice is absolutely fantastic. I don't know if you. I don't know who won. We didn't watch the finale yet. What the hell? Sawyer Frederick. So good. The kid's like unreal. But
How old
everybody
is
else, he's like 16,
Oh,
and
wow.
he sings like Ray LaMontagne songs. But he's really, really good, really talented. The rest of the people were kind of like blah, kind of okay, or some were good depending on the genre you like as well. So
Right.
there was two or three good people, I would say, and everybody else was kind of the nondescript contestants. So
Have you seen the Christina Aguilera video that came out today of her doing imitations of other people pretending to be judges?
no, I have not.
She does Cher and Miley Cyrus
Oh, that's amazing.
and Lady Gaga and Britney Spears. It's hilarious. She's like, for the Lady Gaga, she's in like that full red outfit with the mask over, and the guy's like carrying her to her chair. And she's like, oh, this is awkward. Oh, it's very funny. She did a really good job of it. I don't think Britney will ever speak to her again. That's all I'll say about that.
I don't think they do speak, do they? They don't actually speak, do they?
Who?
Brittany and her.
Oh, I don't know. I think they're kind of in different leagues. Mikey says, the Flash finale was awesome. I thought they were going to... Oh, wait, there's a thing that says see more, and I didn't see more. Sorry, Matt.
See more butts?
I need more. Where did it go? Oh, no. I lost it. Oh, hang on. We will be recording tomorrow. See more. Aha. The Flash finale was awesome. I thought they were going to go in a different direction, but I loved how it ended. I like the Game of Thrones. I like that the Game of Thrones has veered from the book a little bit. Listening to Ready Player One audiobook, so far I've been really enjoying it. And I've recently subscribed to Marvel Unlimited and have been addicted to comics. Addictions are bad, Mikey. I really like the Superior Spider-Man run from the past couple of years. And then Michelle responded that she is also loving Ready Player One. And I think I have listened to that audiobook at least 3 times. Will Wheaton is a great reader.
I love that as well, actually.
I've never even heard of it.
Oh, it's really good. It's
Yeah, I've heard of it. I didn't realize. Did the audiobook just come out or something? Because I saw a
no,
lot
it's
of.
been out for a while.
It's weird because
yeah.
I've seen a lot of people just recently picking it up.
I don't know. Maybe there's like a promotion or something. It was really,
Maybe.
yeah, it's really good. Will Beaton is the it's a reader, and,
Yeah.
and it's really good. And they're actually making a movie. It was announced earlier
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
this year.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
remember seeing
Spielberg
that.
is directing.
Yeah, that should be interesting.
Yeah, it's neat because it's basically like kind of like a futuristic world where basically most people just kind of like live their lives in this like virtual reality world.
No,
It's
kind of like Caprica. No, not like Caprica.
I mean, it's interesting because of all the VR headsets that are coming out, soon.
Right.
But it's yeah, it's interesting. It's a good book, and the audiobook is really good.
I'm listening to the
Very
Hedge
enjoyable.
Knight Tale audiobooks right now. It was a series that it's the Tale of Duncan Egg. Have you heard of that?
No.
It's part of the Game of Thrones series.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that like one of the
Interesting.
side stories he did or whatever?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
Yep. So I've been listening to that on and off
Oh, nice.
as I garden. 'Tis the season to plant your veggies.
As you garden.
Yep. My lettuces are already ready to eat.
Nice.
Yep.
All right, I have feedback from Matt.
Okay.
Let me pull that up. Sorry. My phone locked, so now I gotta unlock it.
Oh, we have lots of actual Age of Ultron feedback. Did we talk about Age of Ultron? You didn't, did you?
No, we have to talk about that.
Yeah. We have to talk about that still.
Okay.
We are all over the
Well,
place
I'll
again.
tell you what. I'll play this real quick. 'Cause
Okay.
in case Matt brings it up, I'm sure he will. And then we'll talk about it.
Matt, checking in with some stuff that I've been watching and reading. First off is Avengers: Age of Ultron. I'll be brief. It's probably people talk about this movie to death. I enjoyed it.
See,
I
told you.
like the original one better. I think probably one of the problems with the big problem with it is I think there was a little too much going on, so there wasn't as much stuff. Got enough time to be properly developed, and certain kind of emotional beats later on in the movie don't resonate as much because we didn't get enough time with them. But overall, it's still a fun movie. If you are a fan of these movies, I would still recommend you check it out if you haven't already, but I assume you probably have. Next movie I want to talk about real quick is Going Clear, the HBO Scientology documentary, and wow, Scientology is basically like a supervillain. Like it's basically like Hydra or Spectre. I mean, it's crazy the stuff that goes on in this movie, and how they came to be from L. Ron Hubbard's kind of weird insanity in sci-fi writings to it becoming this billion-dollar force, and it's scary, and it's so worth watching. And the announcement of L. Ron Hubbard's death that they have in archives footage from the current head of Scientology is it's the most insane death announcement I've ever seen. It's one of those movies you'll be watching with your jaw on the ground. I've been reading a ton lately, so I'll just kind of sum up some stuff I've been reading recently. The Martian by Andy Weir. It's going to be a movie coming out later this year. I really dug it. I mean, it's kind of like Gravity if a more sympathetic Walter White was the protagonist. It's basically about this guy who is an astronaut on Mars, and there's this big problem, and his entire crew leave, and he's unfortunately left all alone, and he has to figure out how to survive while the people on Earth and on the ship try to figure out how to rescue him. It's really harrowing. It's really nerdy. There's so much math and science and stuff, but it doesn't get in the way of a good story. Also, I checked out Red Shirts by John Scalzi. This is a really fun, really quick read. I mean, I got through this in a weekend. It's about this guy who is a crew member on this ship that does space exploration, and he kind of sees he kind of starts realizing with his friends that they seem to keep getting killed off or dying in much higher numbers than other fleet ships, whereas this main crew of the five principal people seem to always turn out okay, and they're kind of realizing that they're the red shirts of this, like, Star Trek ripoff. It's really good. I mean, you don't really need to be a fan of Star Trek to like it, but if you're listening to this, you'll probably get a kick out of it, and it's a very quick read. Last, I want to talk about a book that, in full disclosure, I haven't finished yet, but I'll probably finish by the weekend. Called Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel. Summarizing this book is a little tricky because it's about this plague that wipes out like 99% of the Earth's population. And it focuses, like, 20 years later, this group of survivors who are, like, they act and they play music. They're like a traveling band of entertainers. And it also flashes back to this kind of movie star who is this movie, like, it's really convoluted. It's not something I can kind of outline in just in a sentence, as you can tell. But I'm finding it really interesting. Like, the structure of it is very compelling, and it's told non-linearly. Like, it jumps through, like, the guy who dies in the beginning part, his life leading up to it, and how people dealt with the plague. And I don't know how it's going to end, but from what I've read so far, I recommend it. And it's not a terribly long book either. It's just a little over 300 pages. So I would definitely recommend you check that out. It seems like a great book. Could make for a really great TV show or movie or something. But yeah, it's definitely worth reading. All right, that is it for me. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.
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 Oh, speaking of your southern accent.
Booze.
Didn't you just do a southern accent?
Sure.
Okay, we'll go with that. Happy birthday to Steph Smith.
Oh yeah,
Happy birthday,
Steph.
Yeah.
Woo.
And thanks for the feedback, Matt. That was awesome as always.
Absolutely. I told you he was going to get the Age of Ultron. And he did not disappoint.
That's right.
I also read The Martian, and I also really enjoyed it.
So, do you want to tell us?
Fun fact: Matt Damon is actually playing the lead character in the movie.
Oh, is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I did not know that.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
Every time I hear Matt Damon, all I hear is Sarah Silverman singing "'Cause I'm fucking Matt Damon."
Oh, God, yeah.
That's what happens in my head every time somebody says his name.
Every single time.
Yeah. That was funny.
That was definitely a good bit, I gotta say, back in the day.
So, what did Rob? You saw Age of Ultron. What did you think?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it. I also, it wasn't quite up there with the first one, but I think how can you really? Like, the first Avengers movie was just a lot of dreams coming true. But I mean, I thought it was really well done. I thought they fit quite a lot in there. And I do like the way that I think every character had their moments. They all kind of got the spotlight. I like that they gave a little bit more focus to Hawkeye, because he kind of got shafted a little bit, or was kind of like stuck in the background. So I like that he got a little bit more focus, and same with Bruce Banner. So it just, I think that they did a good job of kind of giving all their characters like a good amount of screen time. I like the way that Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch was handled. Yeah, I mean, it was just a really fun movie, and I thought Ultron was a pretty fun villain. I mean, I can't really find a lot of bad to say about it. Like you can nitpick things here and there, but
And
yeah,
people will.
of course they will. Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I mean, you guys know me. Like, I'm not one to nitpick,
Nope.
into things and kind of really. But I mean, I don't think there's anything majorly wrong with it. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it.
The feminists were all up in arms about this one too.
Yeah,
God.
I get part of it, like the marketing part of it seems to be an issue for sure.
Yes, the marketing part is, but the movie, I thought that.
I haven't seen it, so obviously no comment. But yeah, the marketing part is definitely an issue.
I couldn't. Oh, I should see that box of Band-Aids I found at Walmart. It had all the boys on it.
Yeah, I mean, when you're sticking the male characters on her motorcycle and selling it,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, come on.
Well, I wonder what it is. Is it just that they don't think girls will buy the toys, or they don't think boys will want the girl action figure, or they just don't even think about it?
I think they're too dumb to understand that, like, I don't know if it's half their audience, but say, at least 40% of that type of movie's audience is going to be female, if not young girls.
Yeah, it's weird. See, I never gravitated towards the women heroes. I mean, Animal is my spirit animal. So I kind of don't, like, I don't know. I probably wouldn't buy an action figure particularly anyway. But it's just kind of annoying for people who want that.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crappy.
There's a group of people saying, hello, I'd really like to buy this, take my money, and them saying,
sorry, we're not going to give it to you. Don't worry about it.
We don't want your money. But here's a Captain America Band-Aid for your hurt feelings.
Yeah, that's not, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway. Women of the world, what do they want now? So, John Sterling said it was not bad. It was not as good as the first, but it was still awesome. In short, it is a huge ad for Under Armour, where the two new Avengers are accepted by fans the way Nikki and Paolo wish they were. And Hulk smashed.
True statements.
That's what John says. Matt told you what he thought. He said he liked it, but he didn't love it. It was a ton of fun, but there was just too much stuff for one movie. Jessica felt that it was fantastic. She can't wait for the next one, which will not have Joss Whedon attached to it, right?
Is he done?
Well, the feminists scared him off the internet now.
Oh, God. I mean,
goddamn feminists!
That's not what happened. He said that's not what happened, so.
Fucking women. Michelle said she mostly loved it, but it would have been really difficult to get her to dislike, or get me to dislike it, because I love these movies so much. But they tried really damn hard to make me hate it. The romantic subplot was a huge bust, and the movie would have been great without it. With it, it was only very good. Pretty much everything else was a win, in my opinion. Gabby says she liked it more than the first, and Mikey said, I liked it better than the first Avengers movie, probably because there was already a team, and they opened with them on a mission. I like that they weren't afraid to kill off a hero. Spoilers, Mikey!
He didn't say who. He didn't say who.
Wow.
It's a hero.
Jeez.
Now I'll be worrying about the heroes.
Wasn't there like 40 heroes in the movie?
Probably.
There's so many people, yeah.
I think that finally raises the stakes a little bit. The Marvel Universe versus main weakness has been their villains. The only thing I sort of dislike was that they killed off. Do I say this? Who they killed off?
Oh yeah, it's been out for a few weeks.
Baron von Stryker. He's not a huge villain, but he still could have been used more. So that's what our gang felt about it. I will eventually see it.
Fair.
Yeah. I'll see it one day. I was going to go see it with the boys, but they decided to go and see Mad Max instead.
I heard that is really good. Like I've heard really good things about it.
Yeah, I've heard all kinds of crazy good. That's shocking to me, but I've heard like that. It's just nonstop, wall to wall fun action, like crazy action.
Did you feel like you'd been jostled about? Is that?
I guess so.
So somebody said it feels like you walked into the movie theater, someone shook you around for 2 hours, and then threw you back out of the movie theater again.
Well, there you go. It definitely hits its goal. Then I would assume.
Matt says Mad Max, I've heard, is doing feminism well.
Yeah, that too, which I've also heard, which is not something you would consider.
Yeah. There you go.
I'm sure Jurassic World isn't, as Joss Whedon said,
Jurassic World isn't what?
doing feminism well.
Oh, yeah, wow. Apparently, Joss Whedon's not doing feminism well either, according to the feminists, or one or two of them. So, what do I know?
He did kind of bring it on himself.
What did he do?
He put out that shitty tweet about Jurassic World.
Oh, see, I didn't even know what the catalyst was for him running away.
No, not that. He said that wasn't it at all. Anyway, he said he was kind of just done because he was going to start writing again or something.
He's got to get back to making Buffy movies. I don't know, maybe something.
Oh, maybe he's doing something else. I mean, I'm sure he's still writing and doing different things. You know, he's a busy person.
Well, we're still waiting for the follow-up to Dr. Horrible, so, get on that.
Yeah, you keep waiting for that.
They ride across the nation, a thoroughbred of sin. Finn. The thoroughbred of Finn. Nice. Trisket? Would you like a Trisket?
That's one of those things that's perfect for what it was and needs to just stay what it was.
Agreed.
It fit at a perfect time. It came at a perfect time.
Yeah.
And it just hit real well, and let's
I
just leave it.
I don't know that they could replicate that again.
Yeah, it kind of everything came together to make that. So I and it's a ton of fun, and I think it's just good the way it is.
Mm-hmm.
I would hate to see
I
them
agree.
ruin it. Hate to see them ruin it.
Yeah, don't make any more.
I don't think he will. He's got so much money at this point. Why would he waste his time?
Well, I'd just be really interested to see on what he's going to work on next. Like, will it be something new? Will it be something?
Yeah, I'd like to see him do something new.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder what he would do next. I'll be interested to see what he does.
Who knows? I mean, now there's so many options now. Not just movies, not just TV. You got online media. With Netflix, Amazon.
Right.
Even Yahoo with stuff, Hulu. Everybody's got original content now.
So what do you think of Mr. Simon Pegg and his comments this week?
I didn't hear them. What were they?
Oh, he said that he thinks that as a culture, that geek culture infantilizes? Is that a word? I don't even know if that's a word. Infantilizes us as a society because we're all escaping into this stuff. Which I think is a bit cheeky considering that's where he made all of his money. Hello! So, yeah. He said that he was the Star Trek 3 script, that the original script they wrote was considered too Star Trek-y. So he was asked, I don't know if he was asked to help rewrite it or he was rewriting it. I think he is a writer on it. And he had said that he just took like a Western or like a cop show or whatever and then put Star Trek elements into it.
Oh, great.
Yeah, I was super thrilled to hear that. So,
great.
Yeah, he thinks we're all being dumbed down.
Oh, man.
Which he's right. We are all being dumbed down, but I don't think sci-fi is doing it, quite frankly.
I think that's a vast oversimplification of everything. That's what people of every generation say when they're too lazy to think about anything.
Yeah.
That's,
And he's backtracking like a crazy person, as you can imagine, because he just bit the hand that feeds him.
Well, it's a lazy comment in general.
Yeah.
It's just lazy. Like, kids these days. Well, you're lazy.
The Kardashians are dumbing us down a hell of a lot faster than Star Trek is, I'll tell you that.
Is it any dumber than some of the shows that were on in the 50s? Or, I mean, come on.
No.
Christ, you had, what the hell was it? Honeymooners, he's beating his wife on TV.
To the moon, Alice.
As much as I loved it, the honeymooners. I mean, let's be realistic for what it was at that moment.
See, because I always felt like that as many times as he said that to her,
yeah, he never actually
Alice,
did it.
that he not only never did it, but he'd be afraid to do it.
Yeah, she was definitely in control of the household, which was different at that time, obviously. But yeah.
Oh, Matt says infantilize is a word, and I love words, and that's not one that seems right to me. But Matt's smarter than me, so
No,
we'll
it is definitely a word. Yeah, I think it's a lazy take, but whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's at that age where he's getting old and making lazy comments.
Is that it?
You kids get off of my lawning it.
Yeah, that's it. I think that is it, Rob.
Get off my lawn. Yes.
One of us has to get up in a few hours.
Yep.
For the
It
world,
isn't me.
for a super quiet work week.
Oh, yeah, you're all alone at work, you were saying.
Yeah, it's awesome. Friday's going to even be better. Like, nobody's going to be there. It's going to be amazing.
If you just wear your pajamas to work, I mean, who would know?
Yeah, who would know? Except for everybody that sees me when I'm coming in.
Wear a trench coat.
Yeah, the guard at the front gate probably be like, what in the fuck are you doing? Then I would have to explain. It would be awkward,
I imagine that would be.
Yeah, that would be slightly awkward. So.
Yeah. I don't know how many times I have gotten to the office, looked down, and made sure I'm wearing pants. This happens a lot in my life. It's sad but true. Also, make sure I'm not still wearing my slippers. That happens a lot too. I don't know. I'm very weird. What can I say? All right. So it's late where you guys are, and I need to have some dinner.
Yes, sounds good. I will put in the closing music in post.
Awesome.
Because my phone's across the room. Sorry about that.
When I get off the couch.
Yeah, and then I got to carry a snoring person behind me
Yeah.
upstairs. There's somebody snoring on the couch right next to me. Sawing wood, as they would say. So, that's all I got. What do you guys got? That's it?
That's it. You can find us on the Twitter, but we're not really there.
I'm there.
You're there, yeah.
I have multiple accounts I'm managing there.
Wow, that sounds like
it's an awesome time.
Complicated.
Not really, no. Twitter makes it easy.
I'm on the Instagram, but I only post pictures of dogs.
That's true. No, you like flowers and stuff too.
I try. I say, here's 3 pictures of something that's not a dog. Here's a dog. See?
Here's a dog.
Or 3 pictures of a dog. Here's a flower.
There you go. See, that's perfect.
Just trying to even it out,
That's it.
My dog is really cute. It's not my fault.
See, there you
Although he is an asshole. We had him fixed, because that's what you call it when you have a man's balls removed. I mean, a dog's balls removed. You fix them. You're fixing them because they were broken before. And he'd been perfectly fine for about 4 days, never touched them. We left him alone on Mother's Day, and he pulled out all of his stitches.
Ow.
Oof.
That was right after he ate a bag of garbage.
Oh, God, that's awful.
Puppies are great.
Puppies are great. Oh, God.
So that's my life. That's my life right there.
All right, well, till next time, I assume sometime in June.
Sometime in June, probably. It is May 20th today.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not like, making any grand statements here.
Once every 3 weeks, that is our average.
That's it. It's a good average, though, I think.
I
It's
think
a good
so.
average.
And there's not a lot happening in the summer, too.
No,
So-
I'll be going to Comic-Con in July. Hopefully we'll talk before then.
You could do a pre and a post. Are
Yeah,
Colleen and Jay and those guys going this year, do you know?
Yes, they
They
are.
are. Oh, that will be
So,
fun.
Yeah, there'll be a few people out there. Jim Watari, of course.
Of course. Nick. Is Nick going to go?
He lives out there now, so probably.
Well, we will be very jealous, and we will be doing BitterCon, I have no doubt.
It sounds like a plan to me.
So I'm sure we'll talk before you go
Yep, definitely.
and after you get back.
Sounds good.
Thanks, everyone, for listening.
Goodbye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I gotta reach all the way across the room to